Hello and happy gaming, everybody. Oh, hey, I just randomly reverted to the old intro. Wow. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I do have gaming on the brain right now. You mean like you do every day? Well, anyway, let's go ahead and roll that soundtrack die. I guess we're doing the classics again. If that happens a third time, then I will choose something different, just all on my own. Okay, so I don't exactly have a theme in mind for this particular run, so we are just going to pick a few things that, or I should say, I am going to pick a few things that I really like, because this particular episode, I wanted to spend some time. Talking about gaming. Holy shit! Dark Sage is going to spend time talking about gaming on a gaming channel. Holy shit! Everyone, stop the presses. He's going to talk about gaming on a gaming channel. This has never been done before. I don't know if anyone can handle it. So, that little tangent aside, there is a specific topic that I had in mind for this, so it's not just doing what I normally do, although it kind of is. Anyway, no, what I'm getting at is that I wanted to take some time to talk about some games that I am interested in, but for some reason haven't played yet. Games that got major critical and what's the other side of that? Because it's not just critical. I guess consumer appeal? I don't think that's necessarily the right word. Then again, I did just make the startling revelation that I wanted to talk about games on a gaming channel, so perhaps my brain isn't all there. Just something to think about. And as you can well figure out by now, I have no idea what I want to do with this run. So since I am looking to just run things that I like, here we go. Well, I like hitting things with a hammer, so bop. And what do I like for my signature? So we got air spinner, we've got bop things with a hammer. Now we need some sort of mid to long range control that we can use as a signature. Bolus would do the job. But what else? Because there might be other things that draw my attention when it comes to that whole idea of mid to long range control. Blazing Lariat would do the job. That's just a nice circular sweep. Tracer Barrage would do the job. But is that what I want to go with? I use Tracer Barrage a lot. Maybe I'll use Frost Fan. That's pretty good mid to long range control. Matter of fact, yeah, let's go with it. Now we just need a relic. Wow, Dark Sage, you're really gonna sit here and make us watch you go through your entire process here? Frankly, yes. Now, my other question is there something else I would like to start with? Maybe something else that draws the attention of yours truly. Something else that I would want to start with. The thing about defensive relics is that I don't necessarily find them to be all that interesting to start with, because... And whereas, yeah, it's reliable to make sure that you're taking less damage or avoiding things entirely, you also have to keep in mind that it's just not very kicking. Alright, we've got ourselves a build. made almost entirely of spur of the moment decisions. Now, do we want to pick a cursed relic? Oh my god, Dark Sage, get on with it. What the hell's wrong with you? What's wrong with me is I spent the last roughly 8 to 10 hours at work, and I am not. Oh, you know what? Speaking of defensive, we'll just take Melting Pot. Alright. So what do I mean by games that came out and were really liked but I never played? I mean, that pretty much says it all right there, but let's be a bit more specific. There were a lot of games that came out that I had a lot of interest in, but just never got around to. And you know, it could be for any number of different reasons. Maybe something else came out in that roughly that same time frame, and it just. Sorry, I just ate, so you'll have to forgive me a little bit. Could you please die? Thank you. So it's either something else came out in a rather recent time frame that drew my attention, or perhaps it was that, hey, look at that, we get to upgrade that like right away, and knockout boulder to help improve that captain's ring and boost all my other damages. Alright, let me come back to this. Well, I mean, there's no reason to wait on this. This is absolutely perfect. So let me give you an example of what I mean by a game that I know that I would like but never got around to playing for whatever reason. And that would be the 2016 re-release of Doom. I guess re-release isn't the right word. It was the 2016 remake. But in this case, I know why I didn't play that one, because I was having a hard time trying to find the perfect way to play the game. And here's what I mean by that. I mean I'm not the sort of person that knows how to do first-person shooters with mouse and keyboard, and yes, I know this is sacrilegious. Many of you couldn't imagine playing a first-person shooter without mouse and keyboard. Me, it's just not my thing. I am not what one would call a shooter aficionado. And even though I'm playing games on my PC, I'm doing it using a controller, so, you know, if we have to get real about this, I am what one would call a very sacrilegious PC gamer. You know, if you even believe in that whole, you know, PC gaming master race thing, which was a joke to begin with. Electric Fairy. Okay, well, we're not going to use Nocturne's... Hold on. We're not going to use Nocturne's Gamble because I don't want to give up my hammer. So now I have to determine for myself, is it worth it to get either the token or the fairy, or should I put my investment towards... should I put my investment towards the knockout boulder? And I think, because this is a Captain's Ring run, putting my investment towards the boulder is probably the smartest idea. But now I can afford the token of health. And yes, I know I said flat out that I would almost always adopt the fairy if I see it, or if I see one of them, but this time around I'm going to choose something that's going to benefit the run a little bit more by continuing to upgrade the captain's ring. And if you have some sort of cognitive dissonance, well, remember, this is my run. So, back to what I was saying about Doom. So, I look at that game, and I say to myself, wow, this game looks kinetic and fun and like everything first-person shooters haven't been for years, thanks to the rise of the like, brown-gray, somewhat realistic military shooter. Wow, I suck. So, I absolutely look at Doom and go, yeah, this is probably my bag. But because I don't like the idea of playing it on keyboard and mouse, because frankly I don't know how to do that. I have been trying hard to find another control method. And a control method does exist that I think would work for the game. And it exists on the Nintendo Switch version of the game, where I can use gyroscopic motion controls for things like aiming and moving around, something that I got very used to playing Splatoon. So that would be my preferred control method for the game. Problem being, I don't know how to get that to work on my PC. Like, is there a way to get gyroscopic motion controls to work on the PC? Have I just not looked hard enough? Like, can I actually get the Nintendo Switch Pro controller to work with gyroscopic controls on Steam? Like, is it a possibility? Like, it's possible that I just haven't looked into it enough. But yeah, I don't like, especially for a game as fast and kinetic as Doom 2016, or by extension Doom Eternal, I just don't think it's a very good idea to try to control it with twin stick. And it's not to say that I couldn't, but if I have the ability to use something better, then why would I not do that? I know there's a number of you who are going to be questioning, motion controls. That's better. Like I said, I got very used to playing Splatoon with motion controls, so for me, it would just be a no-brainer. And that, of course, like I had just said, by extension, that also goes along with... Nice. This is going to be a good run. But that also explains why I haven't played Doom Eternal, because again, even though it does look like my type of game, I don't want to be stuck trying to control it with twin stick. I want to use a controller, yes, but I don't want... Alright, so let's go ahead and upgrade the boulder. So now it has damaging shrapnel. So now we just need a good fire arcana in order to max out the ring. Can't afford any of that. None of that is like necessarily like high up, like I have to have this for my run material. But I mean, some of it would have been nice. Mercury sandals would have been especially nice. Perfect. Well, not entirely perfect. I did take a hit, but they went down exactly how I thought they would. This is temporary. As soon as I find a good fire arcana, that's going. Oh, I just noticed Zeal needed a break from me. I guess I was being a little bit too obnoxious for her taste. I don't blame her. I can be pretty obnoxious at times. Hello, Pathfinder's knapsack. That's a good way to keep your health up. I don't really have a reason to pick up Earthquake Axe, so bye. Another game that I haven't played yet, and this one is. And the whole thing about wanting to find the perfect control scheme to play a game with is one thing. This one, I really don't have an excuse to not have played aside from I just haven't, and that would be Undertale. I know, it's like everyone and their mothers loves that game, and from everything I've seen and everything I know about the game, I would say, yeah, I'm probably gonna love it too. Okay, that's all well and good, Darksage, but why haven't you played Undertale? And I think the real crux of the reason as to why I haven't played Undertale, I don't know. I'm just gonna be straight up honest, I don't know. Because, like I said, it looks like something that would be exactly up my alley. I love a good RPG, especially one that gets a little bit subversive, not just with the elements of its gameplay, but with the elements of its very own design. And it's also very obvious that Toby Fox had a lot of inspiration coming to him from Earthbound, otherwise known as the Mother series. And I have a huge love of the Mother series. Like whenever you hear about some angry gamer going, "Localize Mother 3 already, god damn it," I'm one of those people. So I think the only thing that really keeps me from playing Undertale is just me. It's one of those things where, I mean, for 7 years, it's been one of the most talked about, darlingest of the indie darlings, and I just haven't gotten around to it. It's one of those things where it's on my to-do list, but I keep getting distracted. Same thing is true of Final Fantasy 15, but I mean, I'm not going to use this, let's be fair. Hello. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop that for him. Honestly, what I think I'm gonna do... No, I'd better not. It'd be a waste of money. I'll hold on to Heroic Blaze for right now, but... Not gonna lie, I'm looking at it going... You are just a waste of space to me. This, on the other hand, is worth a purchase. Alright. I think that's about it. Oh, that's Flame Strike. For some reason I thought it was Flame Breath. Never mind. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, and I haven't learned my lesson from the last time. I got that entirely wrong. It's supposed to be fool me once, shame on you. I swear I'm an intelligent person. I really truly believe that. Now, on the point of Undertale, especially since I know that I should really just get into it already, especially with the idea that Deltarune is at least out in a couple of parts, and... and I really don't have a strong excuse on that one, aside from getting distracted with other things. So the question that I'm going to ask is that one of those things that I should try to do a playthrough on for the channel, or should I just play it on my own? Because I know that's one of those games that, because of the subversiveness of both its design and its story elements, if there are other people out there that haven't played the game, then that would be a pretty bad spoiler for them. And ultimately, the answer to the question is yes, I'm going to play Undertale. I'm just not sure I'm going to do it for the channel or not. Like, maybe it would be better if, just because of the elements at work in the game, maybe it'd be better if I didn't. Maybe I should keep that one to myself. And again, not because I'm embarrassed by playing it, far from it. I mean, there are plenty of other games out there that you can be embarrassed at playing, you know, like Honey Pop. So, Dark Sage, are you admitting that you've played Honey Pop? So, should I play Undertale for the channel? Might it be one of those things that's better done just in my own time so I can experience it without having to worry about spoiling it for everyone else? And when I say everyone else, I mean the few people that haven't played it. Who knows, maybe everyone subscribed to my channel has played it. I mean, that seems just a little unlikely, but... I mean, I've heard stranger. Okay, so we can definitely take Radiant Knockout Upgrade. And actually, I kind of like the idea of Firewall. Something that, with creative use, can be offensive, can be defensive. Like, I like the idea of that. I'm not liking the idea of any of these. It's not that they're inherently terrible. It's just I only have so much money to go around, and I still need to be able to afford at least one more Arcana upgrade. And why am I walking? There's portals for a reason. Oh, Darkseid, you never learn. And you're right, I don't. As evidenced by the idea that I haven't played Undertale yet. Okay, can you guys go away now? Alright, before we head out, I am going to upgrade the robe. There we go. No thanks. No, right now this run is going pretty decently. Certainly not complaining. It's another run where we've gotten fully awakened Captain's Ring. And that would be because I am a captain, of course. So, one more game that I haven't played. And actually, it's a series of 3 games that I haven't played. And that's if you that's only if you consider them different games or just spin-offs. And by that, I am referring to Shovel Knight. I'm talking about the different spin-offs, the spin-off DLCs. You know, Plague of Shadows, Spectre of Torment, you know, those. Why haven't you played those? This goes heavily back to that whole got distracted with other things idea. And again, it seems odd because I goddamn love the original Shovel Knight. It is everything I wanted from this kind of like retro revival game sort of thing. It's got creative level design, it's got great characters, it's got good storytelling. Like, I just goddamn love Shovel Knight to death. So why I haven't done much with these 2 spin-offs or 3 spin-offs, I don't know. And yeah, I know that there's Shovel Knight Showdown as well, but the only thing that's really like the itch that I want to scratch there is playable Shield Knight. No thanks. But yeah, that's one of those things that I'm aware that I'm a little late to the party on, but it's not entirely without merit because I have been wanting to do Shovel Knight for the channel. And again, it's mostly just because I goddamn love Shovel Knight, but it's also an excuse to play the expansions and really get into it. It would also be a chance to rack up some more Steam achievements. Because I originally played Shovel Knight on the Wii U, and then later I would play it again on the Switch. So it's not like I haven't played the crap out of Shovel Knight, but now I need to play the crap out of the spin-offs. And as I said, part of the reasoning is because I wanted to kind of save it for the channel, because I wanted to play Shovel Knight for the channel, and just spend the whole time gushing about how great the game is and all of that. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at with that. To kind of elaborate on the point, though, Shovel Knight, as you well know, is a kind of retro throwback with modern gaming sensibilities. So, you know, goodbye live system. It's got a very interesting challenge level. And when I say challenge level, I don't mean like one level that's challenging, so don't misunderstand me. I just realized how few relics I actually have right now. That's just plain silly. Ow. You know what? It still worked. And it's a game that borrows its elements from games like the previously aforementioned Dark Souls, because, you know, literally everything has to borrow from Dark Souls nowadays. But it's also got elements from, you know, the Castlevania titles. I could make the perfect time crystal, but I want to do more damage. I think the two things that it takes its biggest inspiration from, though, are Legend of Zelda 2, Adventure of Link, and of course the Mega Man series. And it's hard to think of a game that's more perfectly in tune with me. And, you know, it almost feels sacrilegious that I haven't played the spin-offs. So I want you guys to let me know what you think of the idea of Shovel Knight and the spin-offs getting played for the channel. Maybe not immediately, but at some point I would like to do that. Let me know what you think about Undertale. I'm still thinking that one I might just want to do just on my own time. How many of these count as defensive relics? Or, not relic, probably 3 of them. There we go. I'm doing that just because I can, really. Mercenary's Dagger. Do I? Yes or no? I don't really have a lot else that I want to spend my money on, so I'm going to grab it. And so long as we're talking about Mega Man, there are 2 Mega Man games I haven't played, which, considering my near extreme fandom of the Mega Man series, again, is a little odd. And I'll be getting into that in just a moment. I just want to finish this fight. But the 2 Mega Man games that I'm a little embarrassed that I haven't gotten into are Mega Man 8 and Mega Man in Bass. But one of them can certainly be understood because, frankly, some of the design choices for Mega Man in Bass are baffling. It's like they decided to go almost counter to the things that made Mega Man fun in the first place and really crank the difficulty up a little too high for that one. Don't get me wrong, I'm just saying I haven't played the game, not that I have no experience with it. I suppose that should also bring up the question of, is it worth my time to play? Because I can see myself getting very frustrated with it. Well, here's a chance to rectify my mistake from earlier. You know, Dark Sage, it seems very wasteful. You could have purchased the stanza of Frost and powered up your signature. Yeah, but Fairy. Again, you seem to not understand the importance of your Sylvan allies. Excellent. God damn it, because I have to spend so much extra effort taking those things out. Wow, Sora, could you be any more annoying? Well, screw it. We're just gonna win now. That way I don't have to deal with your stupid null flash agents. Haha! Alright, well, that's the run, and this was less of a build showcase or, you know, a spotlight episode as it was just me wanting to talk about games that I haven't played and, well, wondering if maybe I should, and if I should I play them for the channel or should I just play them for myself? I think I made a stupid. Hold on. Oh, great. I didn't break my thing, did I? Oh, no, I didn't. And we're back. Sorry, I thought I broke my USB extension. Or my multi-port, whatever you want to call it. But no, I just made a stupid. Like I was saying, though, let me know if you think I should try out Undertale either for the channel or for or just for myself. Shovel Knight I definitely want to do for the channel though, because I love that game to death, and it would not feel right to not show it off here. But that's it for now. Thank you guys very much for supporting. Definitely let me know what you think about the questions that I asked in the comments below. Or hit me up on one of my social medias, links to which will be in the description. Typically, my Discord server is the best place to drop your opinion because that's where it has the most visibility. But however you want to do it is fine by me, just so long as you share your opinion with me somewhere. I appreciate you guys spending some of your free time with me watching my silly shit, and I will hopefully see you next time. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.